Guys, 3:45 comes early. I couldn't get moving. It's about 20 after 4. I'm getting ready to get dressed and get going. Oh, where I've got that heater blowing on me. Stops my nose up so bad at night. But it's what you gotta do to stay warm. But we're gonna take the kayak across that creek that filled up my waders the other day, where I had those does come bite me right on the ground. Short walk once we get across the creek. Might have to make 2 trips, like one for the stand and one for the pack and the bow or something. But we'll figure that out when we get there. Now that I'm up and moving, got a bang. Hopefully that'll get me woke up. I don't know what we're going to do this evening yet. I'll figure that out while I'm in the stand. Next time you see me, we'll be floating across a 20-foot wide river in a kayak because it's crazy deep. Well, we made it in. I was hanging my set like right at legal light. It's about 6:18, so about sunrise. It was kind of a disaster getting in here. I had to use a kayak to get across the creek, and it's really calm. And got it across the creek without making too much noise. And as soon as I go to sit in the kayak, I hit the panic button on my keys and my truck's going bonkers. I was like, well, that's a good way to start. And I get across. I didn't use any straps. It's kind of like coming in from the grocery store. You want to make it all in one trip, even though it's a small kayak. I didn't take the time to strap it because it's only 50 foot across probably. And made it across fine. And go to step out of the kayak, and it's like real soft mud, almost like quicksand. And I had that tree stand in my hand, and I needed to shift my foot, and I couldn't, fell. And then a beaver started his sounding system smacking his tail on the water. It was kind of a comical start to the morning, but all in all, I'm really happy with the spot. I snuck in here after that. I've got this bedding area down below me. I'm on the downwind side, and then also I've got like the thermal pool on my side. Now that I saw a couple smaller rubs about 50-60 yards behind me, kind of paralleling the creek, and I decided to push past those. And I got up here above the bedding area, and it's probably about 100 yards up here to the corner of this field, or a little more. And I started seeing some historical big rubs running kind of exactly what you'd think, parallel to the bedding area, up downwind side, you know. And now that I get up in my stand, I see a pretty good fresh rub out here in front of me, about 25 yards. And it looks like there's a scrape right here at 15. I didn't see it before I climbed up. The only thing I'm worried about is I did not think about the deer coming from the creek. That's the way some of these rubs are looking. Other ones are coming from the way I was expecting them to. But if they come from the creek, we'll probably get winded before they come. I'm cutting it close on my wind going in that bedding area. I need those does to go in, bed down, and be comfortable. We'll sit tight. Maybe we'll see something this morning. I like this spot a lot. The question is there a shooter that's using it? You know, I just don't know. But I know there's several does and some young bucks. change of plans. That swamp was too deep, and like you'd step in holes and not know it. But I had another few places I wanted to drive by, one with a destination kind of in mind. But I just drove by one place, and the private piece has been timbered right next to it. And there's treetops and stuff laying everywhere. I mean, it should hold deer. And I could go in from this side, but there's 2 roads you can access by. And based on my wind, I wanted to check it from this other one. And not only that, I wanted to see if anybody was maybe hunting it from this other side. It looks real promising. I'll update you guys when I know something. Otherwise, I've got another place just right down the road I want to go check out. So maybe we can get on one here. Well, that was an epic fail. There are deer in there. I ran several out. But the buck sign, there was a little bit of fresh at this north end, but most of everything I found was old, like historical sign. And it looks like the does were coming off of that, I wouldn't even call it a ridge, we'll call it a hill. Looks like they were coming off that little hill out into these standing beans that are right here. So, may hunt it another time. Need a little different wind, and may come in from the other side, I don't know. But we're gonna motor right on up. I got ladybugs everywhere. We're gonna motor up to the place we were originally gonna go to and probably just slip in on the ground, kind of still hunt and scout. That'll be hard to film with the big camera, but we'll try. Nothing else, I got the Tacticam if we do run into one. But stick with me, maybe we'll find one. Or maybe we'll find a good spot that we can set up on in the future.